Welcome to the gentle unfolding of thought, where the earth itself feels alive under your awareness. Imagine, for a moment, that every curve, every color, every pattern you see around you is the result of intention, a design crafted with patience across eons. The mountains that rise in quiet dignity, the rivers that meander through valleys with effortless grace, the forests that breathe life into the very air, all of these might exist, not by chance, but as part of a subtle, meticulous arrangement. Picture the sun beginning its slow climb in the morning, spilling light over the land in a way that seems purposeful, warming stone and leaf alike. The warmth reaches gently, never hurried, never harsh, moving across surfaces with a careful sweep that awakens the world gradually. The dew on grass reflects this light, tiny mirrors catching the day as it starts. And for a moment, the earth itself seems aware of the attention, responding with a glimmer, a shimmer, a quiet acknowledgement of being observed. Now let your mind drift toward the oceans, vast and unending. They stretch toward horizons where water meets sky, and waves roll endlessly in patterns, both infinite and intimate. Perhaps the tides themselves are part of a thoughtful plan, rising and falling in harmony with the moon, nourishing coasts and shaping landscapes over centuries. Imagine the creatures beneath the surface, moving in rhythm, living in a choreography that feels as precise as it is free. Fish of every color and size, coral gardens that grow in astonishing forms, currents that twist and turn like brushstrokes on a canvas, all reflecting a balance that suggests care. Consider the forests, those ancient groves that hold the air and the memory of light within them. Trees rise with purpose, their trunks straight or twisted, their leaves arranged to catch every sunbeam. Beneath the canopy, shadows play in soft patterns, creating hidden spaces where life thrives quietly. Moss carpets the ground, insects hum gentle harmonies, and the wind whispers through branches as though sharing secrets too subtle for hurried ears. If Earth was designed, then perhaps these forests are classrooms of patience, spaces to teach the value of slow growth, of quiet observation, of interconnectity, NESS. And what of deserts, vast stretches of sand and stone, seemingly empty, yet filled with delicate, hidden life. Every grain of sand moves with intent, shaped by wind and water over millennia. Life adapts to these extremes, resilient and patient, showing that design may not only favor abundance, but also endurance. Flowers that bloom briefly, small animals that find shelter in minute crevices, winds that carry temperature and scent across distances. All are reminders that subtlety and precision can exist, where at first there seems to be nothing at all. Turn your attention to the skies. Clouds drift slowly, changing shapes in a dance that feels both casual and meaningful. Birds rise in arcs, wings slicing through air with effortless purpose, their songs floating down to ground-bound listeners below. If Earth was designed, perhaps even the motion of clouds, the pattern of flight, the rhythm of birdsong, was included as a lesson in freedom, elegance, and the gentle passage of time. The sun continues its journey, painting light over these movements, highlighting patterns we may barely notice but respond too deeply within our awareness. Think also of the creatures of the night, emerging under soft moonlight. Owls glide silently through darkness, bats navigate with the echo of perfect precision, and nocturnal animals move with confidence in spaces where sight is limited. Perhaps the night itself was arranged to allow observation, reflection, and rest, a counterbalance to the busyness of day. The stars above serve as reminders of scale and eternity, twinkling not to dazzle, but to offer guidance, constancy, and a quiet fascination for those willing to look. The earth is a symphony of interwoven systems. Rivers feed lakes and oceans. Winds carry seeds across continents. Predators and prey maintain delicate balances. If design exists, it is not rigid. It is a fluid, flexible harmony that allows for freedom while guiding stability. Mountains, valleys, deserts, forests, oceans, skies, all are threads in an intricate pattern where each part supports and is supported by the others. Even the smallest details, like the curve of a leaf, the pattern of scales on a fish, the way sand shifts beneath a foot, may reflect this subtle orchestration. Consider human presence within this context. Our senses are finely tuned instruments, allowing us to see colors, hear melodies, smell the earth, taste its bounty, and touch the textures that give form to our surroundings. Perhaps design considered us observers, not masters, meant to witness and participate in the beauty around us, to notice patterns, to feel connection, to learn empathy through our relationship with this living world. Our stories, our art, our music may be echoes of the design itself, channels through which we join in creation rather than separate from it. Imagine the slow turning of time. The earth has rotated, seasons have cycled, glaciers have moved, seas have shifted, and life has flourished in countless forms. If design is present, it respects time, allowing growth and change to unfold at a pace that encourages reflection, patience, and understanding. A tree does not rush to reach its full height. A river does not hurry to carve its course. Everything proceeds in the rhythm that suits it, teaching us that patience is not passive, but a deliberate engagement with the flow of life. And so we breathe alongside this design. Inhale slowly, feeling the air carrying traces of water, minerals, and life. Exhale gently, returning a small part of the earth back into its cycles. The act of breathing itself is a connection, a rhythm shared with every living being, a reminder of the continuity and care that may lie at the heart of this imagined design. Even in stillness, the world moves with us, guiding, supporting, and embracing us in subtle ways. Now imagine the interplay of light and shadow. Sunrise casts long fingers across valleys. Sunset spills warm tones over oceans and mountains. Shadows stretch and retract, marking the passage of time in a way that feels intimate and gentle. Light not only illuminates but also teaches perception, creating depth, contrast, and nuance. If design is present, it may be in the attention given to these moments where color, form, and movement meet, inviting contemplation and quiet awe. The rhythms of life extend into every corner. Forests breathe, oceans pulse, deserts shift, skies revolve. Even our bodies are attuned to these patterns. The rise and fall of our chest echoes the rhythm of waves. The turning of our head follows patterns mirrored in rivers. The focus of our eyes mimics the movement of sun and shadow. In such a world, perhaps design is as much about inclusion us, the animals, the water, the stone, the air, as it is about structure. Everything belongs, everything participates, everything resonates. In the stillness, notice the subtleties that are often overlooked. The hum of insects, the rustle of leaves, the glint of sunlight on a river, the quiet patience of stones in a stream. These details may seem small, but in a designed earth, small things are never insignificant. They are connectors, guides, teachers, reminders that attention to the world brings a sense of peace, understanding, and harmony. And so the day moves toward night, the transition smooth, unhurried. The sky darkens, stars emerge one by one, and the moon casts a soft, guiding glow over everything. No moment feels abrupt, no transition jarring. The earth turns quietly beneath us, as though it were aware of every heartbeat, every thought, every breath. In this gentle unfolding, there is comfort, security, and the deep, abiding sense that you belong here, in this designed, delicate, and infinite world. As the night deepens and the world quiets, notice the way the land and water converse with each other. Rivers trace the contours of mountains with deliberate patience, carving valleys that cradle forests, meadows, and the smallest streams. Perhaps, if the earth was designed, these curves were drawn to guide life gently, allowing ecosystems to unfold without rush, giving each plant, animal, and being space to grow, to breathe, to thrive. Water, in its clarity and consistency, teaches lessons without words. Persistence softens the hardest stone. Patience shapes the most resistant terrain, and subtlety achieves what force cannot. Imagine walking along the edge of a slow-moving river. The air smells faintly of wet earth, moss, and distant blooms. Each step releases scents carried from 100 meters away, a quiet symphony of life that reaches your awareness gently, never aggressively. Stones worn smooth by centuries of passing water feel comforting beneath your hand if you choose to kneel and touch them. The water itself flows without hurry, following the contours that have been etched over millennia, finding the path of least resistance while still shaping everything around it. There is an elegance in its persistence, a silent rhythm that harmonizes with your own breath, drawing you into a slow alignment with the world. Now, imagine the forests that rise beside the riverbanks. Trees tower like silent sentinels, their branches woven together to create a natural canopy that filters sunlight into warm, dappled patches. Moss carpets the forest floor, holding moisture and cushioning footsteps. Tiny insects perform their tasks quietly, unseen by most, yet their presence supports the larger network of life. Perhaps this design was meant to remind us that even small, hidden processes matter, that in every seemingly insignificant corner, there is care, attention, and purpose. The forest is a place to witness patience in motion, to observe how growth and decay coexist, and how every action, however small, contributes to the whole. Consider the creatures that inhabit these spaces. A deer steps softly between trunks, attentive to the subtle sounds of snapping twigs, its movements elegant and measured. Birds flit between branches, singing melodies that blend into a gentle chorus, punctuated by the occasional rustle of a hidden animal in the underbrush. The wind itself seems conscious, stirring leaves, carrying seeds to fertile soil, brushing past faces and reminding any observer of the invisible connections that tie all things together. In this imagined design, perhaps every creature has a purpose that goes beyond mere survival, a role that contributes to the rhythm and balance of the environment in ways we are only beginning to notice. As you continue through the forest in your mind, picture the subtle interplay of light. Sunlight shifts as it moves across the sky, filtering through the canopy to create changing patterns that play upon moss, leaves, and water. Light falls not only to illuminate, but also to guide, to nurture, to transform. In the golden hours, the forest glows, inviting rest and reflection. Shadows deepen, encouraging introspection. If the earth was designed, perhaps these moments were carefully orchestrated to help beings recognize beauty, to offer a quiet space for awareness to grow, and to remind us that even light has intention in its gentle touch. The rivers carry life, onward to the oceans, whose vastness is both humbling and comforting. The sea's surface shimmers with reflections of the sky, and below, currents move with a quiet majesty, nurturing countless forms of life. Coral reefs, gardens of living color, stretch along hidden shores, each organism perfectly placed to support the next. Schools of fish swirl in patterns that appear choreographed, following rhythms that echo the pulse of the planet itself. Perhaps, if Earth was designed, the oceans were crafted as a place of both mystery and order, spaces where life can explore, evolve, and flourish, yet remain bound by a gentle, unspoken harmony that holds all parts in balance. Deserts, by contrast, seem at first barren, but their subtle design is no less intricate. Sand ripples like fine silk under the soft wind. Each dune rises and falls, shaped by forces invisible yet consistent, creating landscapes of flowing movement. Life here is quiet, hidden, resilient. Small flowers bloom after rare rains, seeds lie dormant until conditions are perfect, and creatures move only when necessary. If there is intention behind the desert, it teaches endurance, patience, and the value of restraint. Even apparent emptiness can be rich with design when observed with care, demonstrating that beauty and purpose often dwell in the most understated places. High above, mountains stretch toward the sky, jagged and serene, their peaks often veiled in clouds. If the earth was designed, perhaps the mountains were placed to inspire awe, to teach humility, to remind us of permanence and strength. Glacial rivers flow from their heights, carrying sediment, minerals, and nutrients that nourish valleys far below. Snow collects and melts in precise cycles, feeding rivers, replenishing aquifers, and shaping habitats. Every ridge, every slope, every hidden crevice might have been intended to encourage reflection, to provide refuge, and to offer perspective to those who traverse their terrain. They are both a challenge and a sanctuary, a testament to endurance, patience, and quiet majesty. The skies above are alive in subtle ways. Clouds drift slowly, shaping shadows and patterns across the land, whispering with the wind, and sometimes releasing gentle rains that nourish everything beneath. Birds trace arcs of motion that seem designed to guide, to balance, to teach an unspoken rhythm. Even the moon and stars contribute. The tides move in concert with lunar cycles. Nocturnal creatures navigate with light from above, and humans look skyward and wonder. Perhaps the celestial bodies were designed not only to influence physical processes, but also to cultivate curiosity, inspiration, and a sense of connection with something larger than ourselves. Consider the small, often overlooked details: the delicate spiral of a snail's shell, the intricate pattern of veins on a leaf, the shimmer of dew suspended in a cobweb. If Earth was designed, then perhaps these minute elements were meant to capture attention, to teach subtlety, and to remind us that beauty exists in proportion, pattern, and care. Even decay becomes part of the rhythm. Fallen leaves return nutrients to the soil, wood rots to nourish fungi, and each ending seeds the potential for a new beginning. The world, in its intricate complexity, may be a continuous lesson in balance, rhythm, and purpose. Now reflect on the human experience within this design. We observe, create, and participate. Our senses tune us to the world's rhythms, allowing us to appreciate light, sound, texture, and scent. If Earth was designed, our very bodies might have been shaped to perceive its subtle lessons: the warmth of sunlight, the softness of moss, the cooling touch of a river, the rhythm of wind through trees. Each sensation grounds us, links us to the cycles of the planet, and encourages harmony with the patterns that unfold naturally around us. The movement of time reinforces this harmony. Seasons pass without haste. Spring brings renewal, summer warmth, autumn reflection, and winter rest. Days and nights flow in gentle cycles, sunlight and shadow tracing arcs across landscapes in slow, deliberate choreography. Mountains, valleys, rivers, forests, and oceans continue their patient work, and humans, when attuned, move in harmony with these cycles, finding rest, nourishment, and insight in their rhythms. Perhaps the design is not rigid, but flexible, offering guidance while allowing freedom, inviting observation while never imposing command. As the night deepens, the Earth's subtle symphony becomes more evident. The rustle of leaves, the flow of water, the calls of nocturnal animals, the whisper of wind, and the soft illumination of moonlight weave together into a tapestry of calm, deliberate interaction. If design exists, it is expressed not in grand gestures but in quiet patterns, in the small harmonies that encourage presence, reflection, and serenity. Breathing with this rhythm, humans can align with it, finding rest not just in sleep but in the deep acknowledgement of being part of a vast, deliberate whole. As the world rests beneath the slow rotation of day into night, imagine the gentle orchestration of ecosystems across the Earth. Each element, though distinct, moves in quiet harmony with every other part. Rivers trace their ancient paths, carving valleys and nourishing lands as they flow, while mountains rise in stoic dignity, holding the sky with a soft patience that speaks to endurance and permanence. Perhaps, if Earth was designed, these features exist not only to sustain life, but to teach subtle lessons about rhythm, balance, and the interplay of strength and grace. In the forests, notice the canopy's intricate web of branches and leaves, filtering sunlight into delicate patches of warmth. Moss carpets the forest floor, cushioning each step and maintaining the soil's moisture. Tiny insects hum their quiet work, decomposing, pollinating, sustaining the cycles of life. Every shadow and light patch tells a story that is both specific and universal, offering a meditation on presence and attention. Perhaps the design lies precisely herein, the quiet spaces where life's subtleties unfold, waiting for observation, patience, and understanding. Look now toward the deserts, seemingly sparse yet filled with patterns that speak of endurance and ingenuity. Sand ripples with the passage of wind, dunes rise and fall in shapes that seem simultaneously random and intentional. Life here thrives quietly, delicate flowers bloom briefly, seeds wait patiently, and creatures adapt with subtle, efficient strategies. If design is present, perhaps it whispers here, in the delicate balance between scarcity and abundance, teaching resilience, patience, and the quiet beauty of survival without excess. Turning toward the oceans, vast and continuous, imagine the delicate interplay of currents, tides, and waves. Life beneath the surface moves in choreography that mirrors the planet's rhythm. Schools of fish twist and spiral as if following unseen lines. Coral reefs grow in complex geometries, and plankton drift in gentle eddies, nourishing everything above. The ocean's pulse is both powerful and soft, moving ceaselessly yet without haste, carrying lessons of persistence, adaptation, and interconnectedness. Perhaps the design was meant to remind us that even in immensity, harmony and care can prevail. Above, the skies present a living canvas, Clouds drift slowly, shifting shapes in a dance that feels both spontaneous and measured. Birds trace arcs that mimic the curvature of rivers, the rise of mountains, the path of wind. Light spills across landscapes, creating subtle gradients, soft glows, and gentle shadows that guide perception and inspire reflection. If Earth was designed, perhaps even the motions of clouds, the flight of birds, and the patterns of wind were chosen to instill a sense of rhythm, order, and wonder. In every attentive observer, the night deepens, revealing stars that punctuate the darkness with gentle points of light. The moon casts a pale guiding glow, influencing tides, nocturnal creatures, and the quiet thoughts of humans observing from below. Perhaps design intended these celestial bodies to be both compass and lullaby, providing a map of constancy and a source of calm reflection. The universe seems vast, yet in its expansiveness, there is a pattern that encourages focus, wonder, and serenity. Each twinkle, each phase of the moon, each passing meteor becomes a subtle lesson in timing, patience, and the interconnectedness of cosmic and terrestrial rhythms. Human presence within this world is both participant and witness. Our senses attune us to the subtleties of color, sound, scent, and texture, allowing us to experience design in motion. The warmth of sunlight on skin, the rustle of leaves underfoot, the gentle caress of wind, the soft cadence of rainfall are reminders that perception itself may be a gift from the Earth's design, intended to cultivate appreciation, mindfulness, and a quiet sense of belonging. Through our observation, we engage in the planet's ongoing rhythm, echoing its patience, grace, and deliberation. Consider the passage of time as it unfolds naturally, unhurried. Seasons cycle with deliberate gentleness. Spring awakens growth, summer nurtures abundance, autumn allows reflection, and winter invites rest. Days rise and fall with slow grace, casting long shadows, bathing valleys in warmth, and illuminating mountain peaks. Life, in all its forms, follows these patterns, growing, shifting, and adapting. Perhaps the design of Earth is not rigid, but fluid, offering guidance while preserving freedom, inviting observation while never imposing, and always allowing for rest, reflection, and renewal. The small details, often overlooked, may carry the greatest significance. The spiral of a shell, the pattern of leaf veins, the shimmer of dew upon a web, the gentle curve of a riverbank suggest intention in subtlety. Even decay plays a role, returning nutrients to soil, sustaining life, and continuing the cycle without interruption. Perhaps Earth's design emphasizes the quiet processes, the hidden harmonies, the unseen patterns that cultivate balance and continuity. Attention to these small wonders becomes a meditation, a way to align oneself with the rhythm of life. As darkness envelops the world, nocturnal creatures emerge in measured activity. Owls glide silently, bats navigate with precision, and foxes tread softly across moonlit landscapes. Even in the absence of direct light, design is evident in the careful balance of predator and prey, the timing of movements, and the subtle cues that ensures survival and harmony. The night itself may have been crafted with care, offering a space for reflection, renewal, and gentle rest. It is a counterbalance to daylight, a testament to patience, and a sanctuary of quiet observation. The interplay of elements wind, water, earth, fire, and light continues without interruption. Breezes carry seeds and scents across vast distances. Rivers erode and nourish in equal measure. Mountains withstand storms, guiding water and life downward. Sunlight warms, illuminates, and nurtures. Fire, in its rare and controlled forms, renews landscapes and fosters new growth. Perhaps the design of Earth is most apparent in this interdependence, where balance emerges from interaction, and where each force, though distinct, harmonizes with the rest. In human experience, design may also reveal itself in perception and reflection. The mind finds patterns, the heart senses rhythm, and the body responds to gentle cues from the world. Breathing with intention, walking without hurry, observing without distraction, these practices align humans with a subtle orchestration of Earth. Every sound, every movement, every shimmer of light reinforces calm, presence, and a sense of continuity. Perhaps the ultimate lesson of design is awareness, the capacity to notice, to participate, and to rest within the patterns of life. The cyclical nature of Earth, day and night, season to season, tide to tide offers a deep sense of trust. The world does not rush, does not demand, and does not falter. It moves with purpose, yet allows freedom. Mountains, forests, oceans, deserts, skies all operate within a rhythm that encourages patience, observation, and wonder. By aligning with this rhythm, humans find rest, not only in sleep, but in deep recognition of being part of a vast, intentional whole. As the night grows deeper, the world settles into a quiet, almost imperceptible pulse. The rustle of leaves, the flow of water, the call of nocturnal creatures, the whisper of wind, and the faint glimmer of stars weave together into a tapestry of calm. In this design, if it exists, there is no need for grand gestures. The beauty lies in quiet, in subtlety, in the slow interplay of countless elements that sustain, nurture, and inspire. Breathing with this rhythm, one becomes part of it, immersed in a gentle, eternal harmony. The gentle flow of rivers across continents illustrates the patient artistry of nature. Each twist and turn appears deliberate, like brushstrokes in a masterpiece that has been painted over millions of years. Pebbles beneath the water shimmer in soft patterns, reflecting sunlight or moonlight with a quiet brilliance. Algae and small aquatic plants sway with the current, their movements synchronized with unseen rhythms. The river does not rush. It does not force its way. Instead, it carves its path with infinite patience, nourishing every creature that depends upon it, from the tiniest microorganism to the birds that drink from its edges. Perhaps if Earth was designed, this slow unfolding was intended to teach calm persistence, showing how steady, gentle forces can shape landscapes and lives alike. Along the riverbanks, wildflowers bloom in carefully scattered patterns, appearing spontaneous yet harmoniously arranged. Bees move among petals, transferring pollen with delicate precision, while butterflies drift on air currents in slow, deliberate arcs. These subtle motions create a network of interdependence, a quiet choreography that balances beauty and utility. Perhaps the design is most evident here, in the small yet crucial interactions that sustain life, where even unnoticed actions ripple outward to create far-reaching harmony. Forests adjacent to rivers breathe life into the land, filtering water, releasing oxygen, and providing shelter. Tall trees form protective canopies, their branches interweaving in gentle lattice that allow soft light to fall in intricate mosaics on the forest floor. Moss, ferns, and small shrubs flourish in the shadows, creating layered environments where every inch holds potential for life. If Earth was designed, these layers might serve as reminders that diversity and complexity are integral to resilience and beauty. In the quiet of the forest, the mind finds peace, attuned to rhythms that are ancient, steady, and deliberately comforting. The mountains, rising in silent dignity, act as sentinels of time. Snowcaps glimmer in early sunlight, melting slowly, to feed rivers, streams, and lakes below. Rocks shift imperceptibly over centuries, creating valleys and slopes that guide life in subtle ways. Birds trace the thermals along cliffs, their flight patterns seemingly choreographed to avoid obstacles while maximizing energy efficiency. Perhaps the design intention lies not only in their imposing beauty, but in the functional harmony they create, allowing ecosystems to flourish across altitudes, slopes, and valleys. Mountains teach endurance, patience, and the art of quiet strength, lessons that can be absorbed simply by observing, by breathing, and by existing in alignment with the Earth's rhythm. Now, consider the ocean's influence. Tides rise and fall with quiet regularity, their timing synchronized with celestial bodies in ways that feel both precise and poetic. Beneath the waves, marine life thrives in interconnected webs. Coral gardens host multitudes of species, their structures designed for both shelter and sustenance. Fish move in spirals and flocks, avoiding predators, seeking food, yet all participating in a silent choreography that ensures balance. The waves that lap on distant shores do so without urgency, shaping sands, carrying nutrients, and offering nourishment to both land and sea. If Earth was designed, the ocean may be its most subtle teacher, demonstrating flow, adaptation, and the quiet, unforced achievement of equilibrium. Deserts, though seemingly sparse, tell a different story. Wind moves sand in endless waves, sculpting dunes that rise and fall in patterns that evoke art. Life is hidden yet present. Seeds await rare rains. Tiny animals emerge to seek water or shelter, and plants bloom with sudden brilliance after seasonal showers. The desert teaches endurance, patience, and subtlety, reminding observers that design can manifest even in what seems barren. Beauty, purpose, and resilience may dwell in every corner, often unseen but profoundly influential in the balance of the planet. Above all, the skies guide the rhythms of life below. Clouds drift lazily across the heavens, casting shadows that shift landscapes, offering shade and nourishing fields with rain. Birds trace arcs through the sky, their paths aligned with currents and thermals, their flight both practical and mesmerizing. Sunlight filters through clouds, creating soft illumination, golden glows, and fleeting patterns that touch earth, water, and air. Perhaps if Earth was designed, the intention lay in these moments, to instill awe, calm, and an unconscious recognition of harmony in all who watch, listen, or simply breathe. Even human presence can be part of this rhythm. Our senses, finely tuned, perceive colors, textures, scents, and movements with a sensitivity that aligns with natural patterns. Breathing with attention, observing with patience, walking without haste. These acts connect us to the subtle orchestration of the earth. Perhaps the design intends for us to participate as witnesses, to notice, to feel, and to respond gently, learning that life unfolds best when experienced with quiet awareness. As darkness deepens, nocturnal life emerges with a subtle grace. Owls glide silently, bats navigate by echoes, foxes move softly across moonlit terrain, and insects hum a faint, continuous melody. Shadows stretch and contract, light shifts with the moon, and the world seems to exhale, settling into rhythms of night. Here perhaps design is most evident in restraint. Life moves carefully, balances are maintained, and even in darkness, purpose persists. Night offers pause, reflection, and a gentle invitation to rest, reminding all beings that stillness is as important as movement. The interplay of elements, wind, water, earth, fire, and light continues unbroken. Winds carry seeds, scent, and sound across distances. Rivers erode, nourish, and sustain. Mountains hold snow, direct rivers, and shelter life. Sunlight guides photosynthesis, warmth, and the passage of days. Fire renews landscapes, enabling new growth and fostering resilience. In this design, each force acts with autonomy yet contributes to harmony. Observing these forces reveals a delicate balance, a continuous lesson in patience, rhythm, and the beauty of interdependence. In the quiet moments of night, the earth itself seems to breathe. Valleys inhale and exhale with the wind, the ocean swells and retreats with measured grace, and the forests rustle softly in response to invisible currents. Perhaps, if the earth was designed, this rhythm is intended to lull all living beings into a sense of security, harmony, and alignment. Every whisper of air, every ripple of water, every soft sway of vegetation contributes to a subtle, overarching cadence that encourages calmness and awareness. That the rivers continue their patient journey, winding through plains, carving canyons, and nourishing lands with careful persistence. Pebbles polished by centuries of movement catch light in soft glimmers, reflections dancing gently on water surfaces. Algae and aquatic plants sway in the current, performing quiet, vital work that sustains both microscopic life and larger ecosystems. The river's slow motion demonstrates that progress does not require force but patience. Every turn and eddy is a lesson in perseverance, showing that even the gentlest movement, repeated over time, shapes the world. Along the riverbanks, flora emerges in harmonious clusters. Wildflowers open with meticulous timing, bees visit in deliberate sequences, and butterflies trace arcs that mirror patterns found in the sky and water. The balance of pollination, growth, and nourishment illustrates a subtle choreography. Perhaps this is design at its finest, a world where every action, no matter how small, contributes to a greater purpose. Observing such scenes allows one to internalize calm, to recognize interconnectedness, and to rest within the continuity of life. Forests, dense and ancient, rise along these waterways like living cathedrals. Tall trees arch and twist, their leaves creating delicate mosaics that filter light into warm, shifting patterns. Beneath them, mosses, ferns, and shrubs carpet the earth, cushioning each step and retaining moisture. Insects and small creatures, perform tasks unnoticed, yet their presence is essential, supporting growth, decomposition, and renewal. Perhaps the Earth's design lies in these quiet acts, in the unnoticed rhythms that sustain complex systems and nurture resilience. Walking through such a forest in imagination brings awareness to subtle patterns and encourages a gentle, unhurried state of mind. Mountains continue to loom with quiet authority, their peaks often veiled by drifting clouds. Snow collects and melts in slow, deliberate cycles, feeding rivers, lakes, and aquifers below. Rock faces, shaped over millennia, guide water, wildlife, and plant life with intricate precision. Birds ride thermals, gliding effortlessly in arcs aligned with natural currents. Perhaps if Earth was designed, mountains were placed, not only for their strength and beauty, but to facilitate ecosystems, provide guidance, and offer sanctuary. They are both monumental and gentle, teaching endurance, patience, and the subtle power of observation. The oceans, vast and infinite, pulse with gentle authority. Currents move in elaborate circuits, carrying nutrients and life across continents. Fish navigate with precision, schooling in patterns that protect, nourish, and maintain balance. Coral reefs expand with intricate complexity, hosting multitudes of species in ecosystems that thrive through cooperation and subtle timing. Waves touch the shores softly, eroding, shaping, and replenishing the sands. Perhaps the ocean's design embodies patience, adaptation, and unending creativity, demonstrating that vastness need not be chaotic, but can be harmonious and intentional. Deserts, though sparse, contain their own lessons. Sand drifts in patterns sculpted by wind, forming dunes that rise and fall like the notes of a silent symphony. Life here exists quietly. Seeds lie dormant for months or years. Small creatures emerge under moonlight, and plants bloom briefly in brilliance. This extreme environment may hold design in its challenge, teaching endurance, subtlety, and appreciation. For rare occurrences, even apparent emptiness carries purpose, showing that every environment, no matter how harsh, contributes to the rhythm of the earth. Above it all, the sky moves with gentle precision. Clouds drift across horizons, casting shadows, bringing shade, and occasionally releasing nourishment through rain. Birds trace arcs that seem almost choreographed, wings catching thermals, bodies aligned with currents. Light spills across landscapes, softening contours, illuminating details, and offering visual guidance. Perhaps even the sky's motion is purposeful, designed to instill calm, inspiration, and a sense of connection to a larger, ordered whole. Observing these motions encourages mindfulness, presence, and restfulness. Nocturnal life adds another layer to this orchestration. Owls glide silently, bats navigate with precise echoes, and small mammals move with deliberate caution under moonlight. Shadows stretch and contract as the moon arcs across the sky, while stars punctuate the darkness with gentle, twinkling reminders of scale and continuity. Night provides pause, offering a space for reflection, rest, and quiet learning. Perhaps, if Earth was designed, the night exists to teach restraint, observation, and the necessity of calm, allowing all living beings to reset and align with natural rhythms. The elements air, water, earth, and light interact seamlessly. Breezes carry pollen, scent, and sound. Rivers nourish and shape. Mountains guide and shelter. Sunlight warms, illuminates, and inspires. Fire, in controlled forms, renews landscapes, allowing for new growth and ecosystem resilience. This continuous interplay demonstrates subtle balance, showing that every force, while independent, contributes to overall harmony. Awareness of these interactions can encourage a state of calm, presence, and acceptance, reinforcing the sense that all life is connected and purposeful. Human beings, when attuned, participate in this rhythm, observing quietly, moving without rush, breathing with attention. These acts align us with the Earth's subtle orchestration, perhaps design intended for humans to witness, to notice patterns, and to feel part of a continuous, interwoven system. Each step, each breath, each moment of reflection allows engagement with this harmony, fostering calm, mindfulness, and connection. In this way, humans are not separate from design, but integral to experiencing and perpetuating its quiet, pervasive wisdom. As the night deepens, the world reveals its subtleties with gentle persistence. Shadows lengthen across valleys and plains, while the soft glow of moonlight traces the contours of hills, rivers, and forests. In this quiet, each detail becomes noticeable: the glimmer of dew on a leaf, the slow sway of branches in the wind, the faint rustle of small animals moving under the protective cover of darkness. Perhaps, if Earth was designed, these small, almost imperceptible details were intended to nurture observation, patience, and mindfulness, encouraging a deep alignment with the rhythms of life. Rivers, carrying water that has journeyed from mountain, snows, and hidden springs, continue their deliberate flow. Pebbles glisten beneath the surface, and aquatic plants sway as if dancing to an invisible rhythm. Each bend of the river seems intentional, guiding life, shaping land, and teaching that movement does not require haste to create profound change. Perhaps the river's slow persistence serves as a metaphor, showing that steady, consistent effort can shape entire landscapes over time, just as gentle awareness can reshape the human mind and spirit. On the riverbanks, plant life flourishes. In layered harmony, wildflowers, grasses, and shrubs are arranged in subtle patterns, their growth supporting insects, birds, and small mammals. Bees hum in quiet sequences, moving from blossom to blossom, while butterflies trace arcs that seem synchronized with the flow of wind and light. These tiny interactions, unnoticed by most, sustain entire ecosystems, illustrating how the smallest components can uphold balance and beauty. If Earth was designed, perhaps such intricacies were intended to cultivate patience, appreciation, and recognition of interdependence. Forests stretch outward, dense and protective, their canopies forming natural mosaics of light and shadow. Tall trees reach skyward, branches intertwined, creating shaded havens where moss, ferns, and smaller plants thrive. The forest floor is alive with quiet motion. Insects pollinate and decompose, fungi recycle nutrients, and small animals move with deliberate caution. Every sound, every movement contributes to the forest's living symphony, a rhythm that encourages calm and presence in anyone who pauses to observe. Perhaps these forests were designed to teach the value of quiet contribution, interconnection, and resilience. Mountains continue their patient presence, imposing yet gentle in their dignity. Snow collects on their peaks and melts slowly, feeding rivers and nourishing life below. Rock formations, shaped over millennia, guide movement, shelter wildlife, and influence climates in subtle, intentional ways. Birds ride thermals with effortless grace, their arcs harmonizing with wind currents and terrain contours. Mountains stand as enduring teachers, reminding us of strength, persistence, and the art of silent influence. Perhaps the design lies not only in their beauty but in the ways they structure ecosystems, offering stability, refuge, and inspiration. The oceans, expansive and mysterious, pulse with measured authority. Currents carry nutrients and life across vast distances, sustaining intricate ecosystems beneath their surfaces. Fish move in synchronized patterns, coral gardens flourish with multicolored diversity, and waves lap gently upon distant shores. Even the rhythm of tides contributes to life, influencing animal behavior, nutrient distribution, and the shaping of land. If Earth was designed, the ocean may exemplify the power of subtle, continuous action, demonstrating that true harmony arises from patience, balance, and interconnection. Deserts, often mistaken for barren wastelands, offer quiet lessons in endurance and adaptation. Sand shifts in elegant patterns, forming dunes that rise and fall like living sculptures. Life exists discreetly. Seeds lie dormant until rare rains arrive. Small creatures move with precision under the cover of night, and plants bloom in sudden spectacular displays. The desert's sparse beauty teaches resilience, the value of hidden effort, and the importance of patience. Perhaps even these extreme landscapes were designed to show that purpose and life persist even in minimal conditions. Above, the sky orchestrates its own subtle symphony. Clouds drift lazily, shadows moving slowly across the terrain below. Birds follow invisible currents, tracing arcs that harmonize with both land and wind. Sunlight filters through clouds, bathing the earth in soft gradients and gentle warmth. The motion of the sky provides context, rhythm, and guidance, reminding all observers that beauty and balance exist in every direction. Perhaps this gentle choreography was designed to inspire reflection, and mindfulness in all who watch, listen, or simply breathe. night creatures emerge, adding their own textures to the nocturnal rhythm. Owls glide silently, bats navigate with precision, and small mammals move quietly, all in balance with the moon's arc across the sky. Stars twinkle gently above, offering a faint, continuous reminder of scale, continuity, and the vast interconnectedness of existence. Night encourages pause, reflection, and rest. Perhaps if Earth was designed, this period of darkness was intended to cultivate awareness, patience, and the ability to observe without interference, reinforcing the natural cycles of restoration and calm. The interplay of elements air, water, earth, light, and even fire remains continuous. Wind moves seeds, scent, and sounds. Rivers nourish and shape. Mountains shelter and direct. Sunlight illuminates and energizes. Fire, when present, renews and encourages growth. Each element maintains autonomy while contributing to a unified harmony. Recognizing these interactions fosters a sense of connection, calm, and participation in the larger design of the planet. Humans, when attuned, can align their breath, movement, and thought with this quiet orchestration, reinforcing awareness and rest. In the subtle flow of seasons, one observes a natural rhythm that has persisted for millennia. Spring awakens life, summer nurtures abundance, autumn invites reflection, and winter offers quiet rest. Days rise and fall in slow, predictable cycles, casting long shadows, illuminating mountains, forests, and rivers. Life itself follows these patterns, responding with growth, movement, and adaptation. Perhaps design lies in these repeated cycles, providing structure, balance, and a reassuring continuity that allows all beings to feel grounded and secure. Human perception aligns naturally with these patterns. Our senses are finely tuned to detect light, color, texture, and sound. Breathing in rhythm with natural flows, walking in harmony with the land, observing without haste, these acts integrate humans into the Earth's gentle cadence. Perhaps the ultimate intention of design is participation, not in control, but in attentive engagement, allowing observation, reflection, and deep rest to flourish. Each breath and step resonates with the subtle orchestration of life, fostering awareness, calm, and connection. As the night deepens further, the Earth's rhythms become ever more apparent, even in subtle ways. The gentle rustling of leaves in distant forests carries a calming melody, harmonizing with the soft murmur of rivers as they wind through valleys and plains. The landscape, bathed in moonlight, reveals textures and patterns that are often overlooked during the day. The delicate curve of a branch, the ripple of water across a stone, the quiet glint of frost on grass. These small details, almost imperceptible, may embody the essence of design, demonstrating that even the most subtle elements have purpose and significance. Observing them encourages mindfulness, patience, and a deep sense of presence. The forests continue their quiet symphony, alive with gentle movements and delicate interactions. Birds settle into nocturnal roosts, their calls muted to preserve tranquility, while insects hum softly in the undergrowth, contributing to the intricate web of life. Trees sway gently, their leaves brushing against one another, creating whispers that travel through the cool night air. Mosses and ferns remain steadfast, holding moisture and offering shelter for countless small creatures. Perhaps, if Earth was designed, these interactions were intended to cultivate awareness, showing that life flourishes in harmony when each part contributes quietly and steadily. Mountains stand as eternal sentinels, their presence unyielding yet profoundly patient. Snow and ice shift imperceptibly, feeding rivers and sustaining ecosystems below. Rocks, shaped over millennia, create habitats, pathways, and natural barriers. Birds and mammals navigate these rugged terrains with ease, demonstrating an innate understanding of the balance between caution and curiosity. The mountains teach endurance, resilience, and quiet strength, offering lessons to those who take time to observe. Perhaps design is evident in their steadfast presence, reminding all life forms that continuity and stability are fundamental to thriving. The oceans, immense and endless, continue their patient choreography. Currents circulate nutrients and energy across vast distances, maintaining ecosystems in delicate balance. Schools of fish move in synchrony, weaving patterns that protect, feed, and sustain. Coral reefs expand with intricate geometry, hosting diverse life forms that interact in harmony. Waves lap against distant shores with gentle persistence, reshaping sands, carrying nutrients, and providing nourishment to land and sea alike. Perhaps if Earth was designed, the ocean embodies both continuity and adaptability, illustrating how vast systems maintain harmony through interconnected flows and subtle, consistent motion. Even deserts, with their apparent barrenness, reveal subtle design through patterns of survival and endurance. Sand drifts form ever-changing sculptures shaped by wind, while seeds dormant for years await the rare rains that awaken life. Small nocturnal creatures navigate carefully, taking advantage of cooler temperatures, and desert plants bloom with sudden brilliance. These extreme environments may hold lessons in patience, resourcefulness, and the hidden beauty of restraint. Perhaps the desert's purpose is to remind observers that even in scarcity, life adapts, thrives, and contributes to the greater rhythm of the planet. Above, the sky orchestrates its gentle ballet. Clouds drift slowly, casting shifting shadows that move across plains, forests, and mountains. Birds navigate air currents with effortless precision, following paths shaped by thermals and the contours of the land. Sunlight and moonlight paint the world in soft gradients, highlighting textures, forms, and colors that may otherwise go unnoticed. Perhaps the sky's deliberate motion was intended to instill calm, inspire reflection, and encourage connection to the larger patterns of life. Watching these movements nurtures mindfulness and a sense of harmony with the planet. Night creatures, emerging under the moon's gentle glow, contribute their own rhythm to the nocturnal world. Owls glide with silent precision, bats navigate through echo, and foxes tread softly across terrain. Stars twinkle steadily above, offering a continuous reminder of vastness and connection. Perhaps the night was designed to offer balance, reflection, and rest, a time when life slows. Energy is conserved, and awareness deepens. Darkness teaches patience, quiet observation, and the necessity of stillness in maintaining harmony. Continuous interplay of Earth's elements, air, water, earth, and light remains a constant lesson in interdependence. Wind carries seeds, scents, and subtle vibrations across landscapes. Rivers nourish, shape, and sustain life. Mountains guide ecosystems and shelter habitats. Sunlight energizes and illuminates. Fire renews and encourages growth. Each element acts independently, yet contributes to a unified harmony. Observing this interplay fosters calm, patience, and a sense of belonging, allowing humans to align their attention and actions with the planet's gentle orchestration. The passage of seasons continues, offering structure and reassurance. Spring awakens life with gentle energy. Summer nurtures abundance. Autumn encourages reflection and harvest, and winter provides rest and renewal. Days rise and fall in measured sequences, casting long shadows, soft illumination, and warm glows. Across diverse landscapes, life responds naturally, adapting to each change, growing, thriving, or pausing in alignment with cycles. Perhaps design resides in these patterns, offering a reliable rhythm that supports awareness, rest, and connection to the enduring flow of the earth. Human perception, when aligned with these rhythms, becomes a tool for deep engagement. Observing quietly, breathing deliberately, and moving without haste allows humans to participate in Earth's quiet choreography. Attention to subtle changes in light, sound, and texture strengthens alignment with natural processes. Perhaps design intended for humans to experience this gentle guidance, finding calm, mindfulness, and connection through observation, reflection, and presence. In every breath, step, and glance, one participates in the larger dance of life. As time drifts onward, the gentle balance of Earth's design continues to reveal itself. The whispering winds move softly across the plains, carrying with them the scents of soil, flowers, and distant waters. Each breeze is a thread in the planet's great tapestry, connecting valleys to mountains, forests to deserts, oceans to skies. The air not only sustains life, but carries memory dust from ancient lands. Seeds seeking new ground, echoes of voices long past. Perhaps, if Earth was designed, the wind was given purpose beyond its motion, a messenger of continuity, a keeper of unseen connections, and a reminder that what moves through one place can nourish and shape another. Rivers continue their timeless journeys, carving paths through rock, feeding plains, and weaving intricate networks that sustain both land and life. Their waters reflect the sky, shimmering with light by day and glistening with moonlit silver by night. Tiny droplets merge into streams, streams become rivers, and rivers return to the sea. This cycle, unbroken, carries with it an enduring lesson of unity, reminding observers that each contribution, no matter how small, eventually returns to a greater whole. Perhaps the rivers were designed as teachers of patience, persistence, and connection, quietly guiding the flow of life with steady, calming rhythm. Forests hold their mysteries beneath layers of leaves and branches. Roots stretch deep into the earth, binding soil, holding water, and nourishing unseen networks of fungi that allow trees to share nutrients and information. A fallen tree does not vanish from the forest's story. It becomes nourishment for countless forms of life, sustaining growth even in its stillness. The forest breathes slowly, exhaling life-giving air, absorbing carbon, maintaining balance. Its creatures, from the smallest insect to the tallest bird, move with purpose within this grand design. Perhaps, if Earth was shaped with intention, the forests were designed to embody interdependence, demonstrating that strength and survival come not from isolation but from deep, patient connection. Across deserts, time flows differently, measured not in hours or days but in the shifting of dunes and the rare arrival of rain. Life waits patiently, conserving energy, emerging only when conditions align. A cactus blossoms suddenly, offering beauty and nourishment to pollinators who arrive as if summoned by the desert's call. Insects and reptiles leave faint trails across the sand, weaving lines that speak of survival and adaptation. These patterns, both fragile and enduring, suggest that design may dwell in restraint, teaching that in stillness, patience, and endurance, beauty and life still find their way. High above, the sky unfolds endlessly, revealing the movements of planets, stars, and constellations. Their light has traveled for countless ages, arriving at Earth as a gentle gift of perspective. Watching the night sky has always inspired awe, inviting questions about origins, purpose, and design. Yet it also soothes, offering consistency and reassurance. The stars rise, shift, and set with unwavering rhythm. Perhaps the cosmos was intended as a mirror for the human mind, vast enough to stir wonder, steady enough to invite calm, and timeless enough to remind those who gaze upon it that they are part of something infinite, something designed beyond measure. In meadows and grasslands, subtle movements tell quiet stories. Grasses sway in the breeze, bending without breaking, offering shelter to small creatures hidden in their folds. Pollinators hover from flower to flower, sustaining cycles that extend far beyond the field itself. Birds lift gracefully into the air, their wings tracing arcs that seem both deliberate and effortless. The land hums gently with life, every element contributing to the greater harmony. Perhaps this landscape was designed to teach resilience and balance, illustrating how even in openness and vulnerability, there is strength in cooperation, endurance in adaptation, and beauty in persistence. The cycles of day and night continue, their gentle rotation, offering reliable rhythm to all of Earth's inhabitants. The slow unveiling of dawn bathes landscapes in soft light, stirring birdsong and awakening flowers. The warmth of midday sustains growth and energy. Evening brings stillness, long shadows, and moments of reflection. Night offers darkness, a gift of rest and renewal. Perhaps the very cycle itself is the most elegant design of all, guiding every creature not with force but with steady encouragement, teaching balance between activity and rest, growth and reflection, light and shadow. Even the smallest details of the earth carry a sense of care. Dew clings to a blade of grass, magnifying the world within a single drop. Pebbles, shaped over eons, rest quietly by riverbeds, their surfaces smoothed by waters. Touch. The spiral of a seashell reflects mathematical harmony, yet feels entirely natural, born of growth and time. Ants carve intricate tunnels, bees build hexagonal hives, and spiders weave delicate webs that shimmer in the morning light. These patterns, repeated in countless variations, suggest that beauty and function are never separate. That perhaps, if Earth was crafted with a principle that simplicity and elegance are one and the same. The ocean's tides continue their eternal rhythm, guided by the pull of the moon. Shorelines shift, sands rearrange, and waves rise and fall with a steady, soothing cadence. Each tide brings renewal, carrying with it the gifts of the deep nutrients, shells, and stories written in patterns of driftwood and seaweed. Creatures who live along the shore adapt effortlessly to this rhythm, synchronizing their lives with the movement of the water. Perhaps this endless dance of sea and shore was designed to remind all beings that change is not disruption but continuity, a cycle that nourishes both body and spirit. And within all of these rhythms, human beings find their place. The heart beats in steady cadence, lungs rise and fall with breath, and the body itself aligns with the cycles of sleep and wakefulness, hunger and satisfaction, effort and rest. These internal patterns mirror the world outside, reminding humans that they are not separate but participants in the Earth's flow. Perhaps the design of life intended this harmony, creating an internal reflection of the planet's external rhythms. To live in balance, then, is not to force alignment, but to remember it, to breathe with the wind, to rest with the night, to move with the day. The night deepens, and the world settles into an almost imperceptible rhythm. The gentle rustling of leaves in distant forests, the soft lap of water along quiet shores, and the occasional call of nocturnal animals form a subtle symphony that carries across landscapes. Every movement, sound, and shift seems deliberate, yet effortless, as though orchestrated with infinite patience. Perhaps if Earth was designed, this nocturnal ballet serves as a reminder that even in stillness, life continues with precision and care. Rivers flow silently under moonlight, their surfaces reflecting stars and clouds alike. Currents swirl around stones, creating miniature eddies that sustain aquatic life. Algae drift gracefully, and small fish navigate these watery pathways with gentle, intuitive motion. Each bend in the river shapes the land, nourishing soil, supporting plants, and feeding creatures along its margins. The river's quiet persistence teaches that time, continuity, and patience are the architects of enduring change. Perhaps design lies in this unhurried flow, demonstrating that life's progress does not need urgency to achieve profound results. Forests stand as living monuments to this design. The trunks of ancient trees rise skyward, their branches entwined, to create natural arches and canopies. Light filters through, casting intricate mosaics on the forest floor. Moss, ferns, and small flowering plants thrive in shaded patches, each fulfilling a specific role within the ecosystem. Creatures of every size, from insects to birds to mammals, interact in delicate balance, sustaining growth and regeneration. Perhaps the forest's design was intended to teach interconnectedness, showing that even the smallest participant contributes meaningfully to the greater harmony. Mountains rise with silent grandeur, their peaks crowned in snow or mist. Over centuries, erosion, wind, and water have shaped their slopes, creating intricate paths and habitats. Rivers originate in these high places, carrying life and nourishment to distant lands. Birds soar along thermals, following patterns that seem choreographed by some natural intelligence. The mountains themselves offer lessons in endurance, patience, and resilience. Perhaps their design is as much functional as aesthetic, guiding life across the terrain while inspiring awe and reflection in those who observe. The oceans, vast and rhythmic, pulse with timeless energy. Currents carry warmth, nutrients, and life across continents, sustaining ecosystems both great and small. Coral reefs flourish with color and complexity, serving as shelters and nurseries for countless species. Waves meet shores with gentle persistence, shaping sands, redistributing nutrients, and creating habitats for creatures large and small. Perhaps the ocean was designed to teach balance, demonstrating that even immense systems can maintain harmony when each element moves in synchrony with the whole. Deserts, though sparse and seemingly silent, speak in subtleties. Winds sculpt dunes into flowing shapes, while life adapts quietly to scarcity. Seeds remain dormant for years, waiting for rare rains to awaken them. Small mammals and insects emerge at night, navigating safely and efficiently. Desert plants bloom with sudden brilliance, often unnoticed by those who pass by. These environments teach resilience, patience, and the hidden beauty of adaptation. Perhaps design is evident in how even the harshest conditions are infused with purpose and possibility. The sky above continues its steady choreography. Clouds drift across vast expanses, casting moving shadows and altering the colors of landscapes below. Birds trace invisible pathways along thermals, wings catching currents with effortless precision. Sunlight spills in warm gradients, softening edges and revealing textures often overlooked. The sky's motion provides not only light and warmth, but rhythm, guidance, and inspiration. Perhaps these celestial movements were designed to instill calm, reflection, and a sense of connection with the wider universe. Nocturnal life contributes its own gentle patterns. Owls glide in near silence, bats echolocation guiding their flight, and foxes tread softly across moonlit terrain. Stars twinkle far above, unchanging in their rhythm, offering reminders of scale, continuity, and perspective. Night is a period of rest, reflection, and subtle learning. Perhaps the darkness itself is a designed opportunity, allowing life to pause, recalibrate, and experience restoration while remaining in synchrony with Earth's cycles. The interplay of the elements air, water, earth, and light demonstrates a continuous balance. Wind carries seeds and scents, rivers nourish and shape, mountains protect and guide, sunlight illuminates and energizes, fire renews. Each acts independently yet contributes to an overarching harmony. Observing these interactions fosters calm, presence, and alignment. Humans, attuned to this rhythm, can move with it, breathe with it, and exist in synchrony. Participating in the planet's quiet orchestration, seasonal cycles unfold predictably, each with its own lessons. Spring awakens life with growth and renewal, summer sustains abundance and energy, autumn encourages reflection and harvest, and winter offers rest and introspection. Days progress with measured light and shadow, subtly guiding behavior, growth, and adaptation. Life responds with patience, evolving and thriving within these patterns. Perhaps design lies in this continuity, offering stability, rhythm, and reassurance that life is part of a greater, enduring flow. Human perception, when aligned with these natural rhythms, becomes deeply integrated with Earth's flow. Quiet observation, measured breathing, and unhurried movement allow humans to mirror and engage with the environment. Each gesture, glance, and breath resonates with the subtle orchestration of the world, fostering mindfulness.com and deep connection. Perhaps design intended humans to exist as participants, witnesses, and interpreters of Earth's intricate patterns, capable of both learning and resting in harmony. As the night deepens further, Earth's subtle symphony becomes more apparent. The gentle rustling of leaves, the soft ripple of water, and the distant murmur of nocturnal life create a quiet, soothing backdrop that invites stillness and reflection. Every motion, however slight, contributes to the delicate harmony that surrounds the planet. Perhaps, if Earth was designed, this subtle orchestration serves to remind all beings that every action, every element, and every moment holds significance. Even when it seems unnoticed, rivers continue their patient journeys, winding through valleys and plains, nourishing land, and shaping ecosystems. Water moves over rocks, around bends, and into pools, reflecting moonlight in a gentle dance. Algae and small aquatic creatures drift within, creating life patterns that sustain broader ecosystems. Pebbles, polished by centuries of motion, glint subtly in the quiet current. The river teaches that patience, persistence, and gentle consistency have the power to create profound impact, shaping landscapes and supporting life in ways that are often invisible but undeniably essential. Forests rise around these waterways, dense and protective, forming intricate canopies that filter light and shelter countless forms of life. Ancient trees stretch skyward, their roots delving deep into the soil, intertwining with fungi and underground networks that share nutrients and information. Fallen leaves, twigs, and logs transform into nourishment for new life, demonstrating the continual cycle of growth, decay, and renewal. Birds, insects, and mammals interact seamlessly within this ecosystem, each contributing to a delicate equilibrium. Perhaps this forest was designed to embody resilience, interconnection, and the quiet power of mutual support. Mountains loom in the distance, their peaks often dusted with snow or shrouded in mist. Streams originate from these high places, feeding rivers that carve valleys below. Rock faces, weathered over millennia, offer shelter and guidance to countless species. Birds ride thermals effortlessly, tracing arcs that mirror the land's contours. Mountains teach endurance and patience, illustrating how steadfast presence shapes and supports the world around it. Perhaps design lies in their careful placement, providing structure, protection, an inspiration for all who encounter them. Oceans, immense and unending, pulse with subtle energy. Currents circulate nutrients, distributing life across vast distances. Schools of fish move in harmony, coral reefs expand with vibrant complexity, and waves meet shores with consistent grace. Tides, influenced by the moon, provide rhythm and balance, nurturing coastal ecosystems and sustaining life across continents. Perhaps if Earth was designed, the ocean embodies the principle that true harmony is achieved through patience, balance, and subtle, continuous action. Deserts, seemingly silent and sparse, reveal their own lessons. Shifting sands form dunes that rise and fall like living sculptures. Life adapts quietly, emerging at night or after rare rains, displaying resilience, patience, and ingenuity. Plants bloom briefly, creating bursts of color against the muted backdrop of sand and stone. Small creatures move carefully, conserving energy and resources. Perhaps the desert's design demonstrates that even in apparent emptiness, life persists and thrives, teaching endurance and subtlety. Above, the sky continues its gentle dance. Clouds drift slowly, casting ever-shifting shadows across mountains, forests, and plains. Birds follow invisible currents, tracing arcs that reflect harmony with both land and wind. Sunlight spills softly, illuminating textures, colors, and patterns that often go unnoticed. Perhaps this celestial movement was designed to inspire reflection, calm, and connection with the broader universe. Watching these rhythms encourages mindfulness and presence, fostering a profound sense of tranquility. Nocturnal creatures contribute their own quiet cadence to the night. Owls glide silently, bats navigate precisely, and small mammals move with careful intention. Stars twinkle above, their light constant and reassuring, offering perspective and continuity. Night provides a time for rest, reflection, and subtle learning. Perhaps darkness was designed to offer pause, allowing life to reset, conserve energy, and prepare for new cycles of growth and observation. The interplay of Earth's elements air, water, earth, and light maintains delicate equilibrium. Wind carries seeds and scents, rivers nourish and shape landscapes, mountains provide shelter and guidance, sunlight energizes and illuminates, and fire renews. Each element operates independently, yet contributes to the overall harmony of the planet. Observing this interplay cultivates calm, presence, and alignment, allowing humans and other life forms to move seamlessly within the planet's rhythm. Seasonal cycles unfold, each with its distinct characteristics and lessons. Spring awakens, life with renewal and growth. Summer sustains abundance and activity. Autumn encourages reflection and harvest, and winter offers rest and restoration. Days rise and fall in gentle arcs, casting shadows, illuminating textures, and guiding movement. Life responds naturally to these changes, growing, pausing, and adapting. Perhaps design resides in this rhythmic continuity, offering reassurance, balance, and a dependable framework within which all living beings may thrive. Human perception, when attuned to these rhythms, becomes a tool for deeper connection. Quiet observation, mindful breathing, and deliberate movement allow humans to participate in Earth's orchestrated flow. Every breath, step, and glance aligns with subtle environmental cues, fostering awareness.com and a profound sense of belonging. Perhaps design intended humans to witness, reflect, and integrate with the planet's rhythms, experiencing a sense of unity that extends across the natural world. As the night deepens even further, the Earth's quiet symphony becomes more profound. The gentle rustle of leaves, the subtle murmur of distant rivers, and the soft movements of nocturnal creatures create a delicate rhythm that stretches across forests, plains, and mountains. Every sound, every motion, contributes to a living tapestry that invites stillness and reflection. Perhaps if Earth was designed, this intricate harmony serves to remind all beings that even the smallest gestures, each leaf that falls, each pebble that shifts, each ripple in a pond holds significance within the larger orchestration of life. Rivers meander gently through valleys, their waters glistening with moonlight. Tiny droplets merge into streams, streams form rivers, and rivers eventually meet the sea, creating a continuum that connects distant landscapes. Along their banks, plants flourish, their roots stabilizing soil and absorbing nutrients, while insects, amphibians, and small mammals move carefully through the undergrowth. The river's slow persistence illustrates the power of subtle, steady influence. Perhaps design resides in this quiet, unhurried flow, showing that enduring change is not created by haste, but by continuous, deliberate motion. Forests rise around these rivers like living cathedrals, dense and protective. Sunlight filters through the canopy during the day, creating intricate mosaics of light and shadow, while at night the moon casts a soft glow, illuminating subtle textures in bark, leaves, and moss. The forest floor teems with life. Fungi recycle nutrients, insects pollinate and decompose, and mammals navigate carefully, each species performing its role in sustaining the ecosystem. Trees breathe, exchange gases, and support life unseen. Perhaps, if Earth was designed, forests embody interconnection, demonstrating that balance and resilience arise from cooperation and quiet. Consistent effort. Mountains, silent and steadfast, stretch skyward, their peaks sometimes cloaked in mist or snow. Over centuries, wind, rain, and ice have shaped their surfaces, creating intricate paths, cliffs, and valleys. Rivers originate here, feeding lands far below. Birds soar along thermals, tracing arcs that mirror the slopes, while small mammals navigate rocky crevices with remarkable skill. Mountains teach endurance, patience, and quiet strength. Perhaps their design is as much functional as it is inspirational, guiding life, protecting habitats, and offering lessons in persistence and stability. The oceans, vast and rhythmic, pulse with timeless energy. Currents circulate nutrients and life across immense distances, sustaining ecosystems both large and small. Coral reefs flourish with intricate geometry and vibrant color, supporting countless creatures. Waves kiss shores with gentle regularity, shaping sands and distributing minerals that nourish both land and sea. Perhaps if Earth was designed, the oceans exemplify balance, demonstrating how continuous synchronized movement fosters harmony across vast systems, teaching that patience and steady action yield enduring results. Even deserts, often thought barren, reveal lessons of endurance and subtlety. Shifting dunes, sculpted by wind, create landscapes that evolve slowly, their contours constantly in motion yet stable over time. Life adapts quietly. Seeds lie dormant until rain arrives. Small, nocturnal creatures move with careful precision, and plants bloom with brief but brilliant displays. Perhaps design resides in these extremes, showing that resilience, adaptation, and hidden beauty emerge even in environments that seem inhospitable at first glance. Above, the sky orchestrates its own quiet rhythm. Clouds drift lazily, casting moving shadows across plains, forests, and mountains. Birds navigate invisible currents, their flight arcs harmonizing with wind and landscape. Sunlight and moonlight paint the world in soft gradients, revealing textures and contours often overlooked. Perhaps the sky was designed to inspire reflection, calm, and mindfulness, encouraging observers to slow their thoughts and align with the gentle flow of life around them. Night creatures contribute their own subtleties to the soundscape. Owls glide silently, bats navigate with echo, and small mammals tread cautiously, all within the safety of darkness. Stars twinkle steadily overhead, offering perspective, continuity, and reassurance. Night encourages rest, reflection, and subtle learning. Perhaps darkness itself was designed to allow life to pause, recharge, and integrate with the ongoing cycles of growth and observation, highlighting the importance of stillness in the broader design of Earth. The interplay of Earth's elements, air, water, earth, and light maintains equilibrium across ecosystems. Wind disperses seeds, rivers nourish soil, mountains provide shelter, sunlight energizes life, and fire renews habitats. Each element contributes independently while simultaneously participating in a greater balance. Observing these interactions fosters calm, presence, and alignment with the natural world. Humans, when attuned, can participate with intention, breathing in rhythm with wind, moving in step with terrain, and resting in accordance with night's gentle progression. Seasonal cycles unfold with quiet consistency. Spring awakens life with renewal, summer sustains growth and energy, autumn encourages reflection and harvest, and winter offers stillness and rejuvenation. Days progress predictably, casting light and shadow that subtly guide movement and behavior. Life responds, adapting to each phase, growing, pausing, and thriving in alignment with these cycles. Perhaps design lies in this dependable rhythm, providing reassurance, structure, and opportunity for harmony. Human perception, when aligned with these natural rhythms, becomes a source of deep integration. Quiet observation, deliberate breathing, and slow movement allow humans to mirror the planet's gentle flow. Each glance, gesture, and breath resonates with Earth's orchestration, fostering mindfulness, calm, and connection. Perhaps design intended humans to witness, reflect, and participate, experiencing unity within the ongoing dance of life, and finding rest and inspiration through attunement with the natural world. As the night stretches on, the gentle rhythm of Earth becomes more apparent, inviting quiet reflection and deep presence. The faint rustle of leaves, the distant murmur of streams, and the soft scuttling of nocturnal creatures form a subtle, harmonious symphony. Every movement, every whisper of wind or water, contributes to a tapestry of life that is both intricate and enduring. Perhaps, if Earth was designed, this quiet orchestration is meant to remind all observers that the smallest details, each falling leaf, each ripple in a pond, each glimmer of dew, hold significance in the grand balance of the planet. Rivers glide gracefully through valleys, their waters shimmering in the soft glow of moonlight. Tiny droplets coalesce into streams, streams merge into rivers, and rivers eventually meet the sea, forming a continuous network that sustains life across continents. Along their banks, plants anchor the soil, absorbing nutrients, while insects, amphibians, and small mammals traverse carefully, each contributing to the ecosystem's vitality. The river's patient flow demonstrates the power of subtle, steady influence, illustrating how quiet persistence can shape landscapes and support life over time. Perhaps this movement, so gentle yet purposeful, is evidence of design that endurance and continuity create lasting impact. Forests rise around these waterways, dense and protective, their canopies forming intricate layers that filter light and shelter countless forms of life. Sunlight during the day casts a mosaic of illumination and shadow, while moonlight at night bathes the forest floor in silver tones, revealing textures otherwise unseen. Fallen leaves, decaying wood, and moss create a rich substrate, supporting fungi, insects, and plants, all engaged in a quiet cycle of growth and renewal. Birds, mammals, and insects move harmoniously through these spaces, contributing to the forest's delicate balance. Perhaps if Earth was designed, forests exemplify resilience and interconnectedness, showing that harmony emerges from cooperation and patience. Mountains tower in the distance, their peaks dusted with snow or veiled in mist. Over millennia, wind, water, and ice have carved their surfaces, creating paths, cliffs, and sheltered valleys. Streams originate high above, feeding rivers that traverse distant lands. Birds ride thermals along steep slopes, tracing arcs that seem guided by some inherent intelligence, while small mammals navigate crevices with careful precision. Mountains teach endurance and quiet strength, offering guidance and stability to the landscapes and life forms around them. Perhaps their placement is not random, but part of a design meant to provide structure, protection, and inspiration. The oceans, vast and ever-moving pulse with timeless energy. Currents distribute nutrients and life, connecting ecosystems separated by great distances. Coral reefs expand in complex, vibrant patterns, providing shelter for countless species. Waves lap against the shore with gentle consistency, redistributing minerals and nourishing coastal habitats. Perhaps, if Earth was designed, the ocean embodies balance and patience, showing that harmony emerges when each element moves in concert with the whole. Even the smallest ripple contributes to the broader ecosystem, demonstrating that continuity, not force, governs enduring life. Even deserts, seemingly barren and still, reveal subtle lessons in resilience and adaptation. Shifting sand dunes form evolving sculptures, shaped by wind over centuries. Life emerges quietly in the darkness or after rare rainfall. Seeds remain dormant until conditions align. Small creatures traverse the landscape with careful strategy, and plants bloom briefly, offering sudden splashes of color. The desert's apparent emptiness is deceptive. It is filled with life that moves in accordance with rhythm and patience. Perhaps design resides in these extremes, demonstrating that endurance, patience, and hidden beauty coexist even under harsh conditions. The sky above orchestrates its own rhythm, moving with gentle precision. Clouds drift slowly, shifting patterns of light and shadow across plains, forests, and mountains. Birds navigate invisible currents, gliding effortlessly with the wind. Sunlight and moonlight illuminate textures, shapes, and contours, often revealing beauty that might otherwise be overlooked. Perhaps the sky was designed to inspire contemplation. And awareness, inviting observers to synchronize their thoughts and actions with the subtle motion of the world around them. Night creatures add to the soft symphony of the dark hours. Owls glide silently, bats navigate with precise echoes, and foxes and small mammals tread carefully, moving in alignment with the landscape. Above, stars shimmer consistently, providing perspective, constancy, and reassurance. Darkness encourages rest, reflection, and subtle learning. Perhaps it was designed to allow life to pause, integrate experiences, and prepare for the cycles of growth and movement yet to come. The elements water, earth, and light interact continuously, sustaining equilibrium across ecosystems. Wind spreads seeds and scents. Rivers nourish and shape landscapes. Mountains shelter and guide. Sunlight energizes life, and fire renews. Each element acts independently yet contributes to the overall harmony of the planet. Observing these interactions fosters a sense of calm, presence, and alignment with natural rhythms. Humans, attuned to these patterns, can breathe in harmony with the wind, move thoughtfully across the land, and rest in sync with night's progression. Seasonal cycles continue with quiet consistency. Spring brings renewal, summer nurtures growth, autumn encourages reflection, and winter offers rest and restoration. Days rise and fall with predictable light and shadow, guiding movement, behavior, and life cycles. Living beings respond naturally, growing, pausing, and thriving in alignment with these phases. Perhaps the design of these cycles provides reassurance, structure, and a dependable rhythm, allowing all life to flourish in harmony. Human perception, when aligned with these rhythms, becomes a tool for deep engagement. Deliberate observation, mindful breathing, and slow, purposeful movement enable humans to mirror and participate in the Earth's orchestrated flow. Each gesture, glance, and breath resonates with a subtle coordination of the natural world, fostering mindfulness. And a profound sense of belonging. Perhaps design intended humans to exist as witnesses and participants, experiencing connection, rest, and inspiration through alignment with Earth's timeless patterns. As the night stretches ever onward, the world around us settles into a rhythm both gentle and deliberate. The rustle of leaves, the soft gurgle of hidden streams, and the faint movements of nocturnal creatures create a layered, harmonious symphony that seems to whisper across forests, valleys, and plains. Every subtle sound, every quiet shift, contributes to a living tapestry that sustains and nourishes life. Perhaps, if Earth was designed, this intricate balance serves as a reminder that every detail, from the tiniest pebble to the tallest tree, has its place, purpose, and role within the greater whole. Rivers move slowly, reflecting starlight as they wind through landscapes. Pebbles at the river's edge glisten softly, polished by centuries of flowing water. Fish and amphibians navigate the current with quiet precision, and plants along the banks anchor soil, absorbing nutrients and providing shelter for countless small creatures. Streams converge into larger waterways, ultimately joining oceans, creating a continuous system that supports life across continents. The river's unhurried, steady flow is a lesson in persistence, showing that change and creation are often gentle, gradual processes, yet their impact is profound. Perhaps design is evident in this timeless rhythm, teaching patience and resilience. Forests surrounding these waterways rise in layered complexity. Ancient trees stretch skyward, their branches interweaving to form canopies that filter light and shelter life below. Moss carpets the forest floor, leaves slowly decay into rich soil, and fungi thrive, recycling nutrients with quiet diligence. Birds, insects, and mammals interact in an intricate dance, each performing roles that sustain the delicate balance of life. Perhaps these forests were designed to demonstrate interconnectedness and cooperation, showing that every being, no matter how small, contributes to the health and harmony of the whole. Mountains loom silently, their presence both protective and inspiring. Snow or mist often crowns their peaks, while erosion over millennia has carved valleys, cliffs, and plateaus. Rivers sprang forth from these high places, nourishing distant lands. Birds ride thermals along slopes, tracing arcs that seem effortless, yet purposeful. Small mammals navigate rocky crevices with careful steps, hidden from view but essential to the ecosystem. Mountains teach endurance, stability, and patience. Perhaps design resides in their steadfast presence, offering guidance, shelter, and inspiration for all who inhabit or observe the landscape. The oceans, vast and eternal, pulse with quiet energy. Currents move continuously, carrying warmth, nutrients, and life across great distances. Coral reefs expand in elaborate patterns, supporting a diverse array of creatures. Waves lap gently against shores, redistributing minerals and shaping habitats. Tides, influenced by the moon, create a rhythmic flow that synchronizes with life along coastlines. Perhaps design is evident in the ocean's balance, demonstrating that even the most immense and powerful systems operate through harmony, patience, and steady motion. Deserts, seemingly still and sparse, reveal their own hidden rhythms. Dunes shift slowly under the influence of wind, creating landscapes that are always evolving yet enduring. Life adapts, quietly seeds remain dormant until rains arrive. Nocturnal creatures emerge with caution and skill, and desert plants bloom, briefly, adding unexpected color and life. Perhaps design lies in these extreme environments, showing that resilience, patience, and subtle beauty are present even where conditions appear harsh. Above, the sky continues its silent, graceful motion. Clouds drift slowly, casting ever-changing patterns across mountains, plains, and forests. Birds navigate invisible air currents, wings tracing arcs of quiet precision. Light from the sun during the day and the moon at night illuminates textures, contours, and colors, revealing details that might otherwise remain unseen. Perhaps the sky was designed to inspire contemplation and calm, providing a constant, gentle reminder of movement, rhythm, and harmony beyond immediate perception. Nocturnal life adds layers to the night's gentle symphony. Owls glide silently, bats navigate with subtle echoes, and small mammals move carefully under the cover of darkness. Stars twinkle steadily above, offering consistency, perspective, and reassurance. Night invites rest, reflection, and learning through observation. Perhaps darkness itself was designed to provide opportunity for recovery, quiet contemplation, and integration with the ongoing cycles of life. The interplay of Earth's elements air, water, earth, and light creates equilibrium across ecosystems. Wind disperses seeds and fragrances, rivers nourish and shape, mountains provide shelter and guidance, sunlight energizes, and fire renews. Each element contributes individually while maintaining harmony with the whole. Observing these interactions fosters calm, presence, and alignment with the rhythms of nature. Humans, attuned to these patterns, can move with intention, breathe in rhythm with wind and water, and rest in synchrony with the cycles of night and day. Seasonal changes continue, their gentle cycle. Spring awakens life with renewal, summer nurtures growth, autumn encourages reflection and harvest, and winter provides rest and restoration. Days and nights progress in predictable arcs, shaping behavior, growth, and adaptation. Life responds, naturally, aligning with these cycles, thriving through balance, reflection, and renewal. Perhaps this cyclical rhythm is evidence of design, offering structure, continuity, and reassurance that every living being has its place within the broader orchestration of Earth. Human perception, when aligned with these natural rhythms, deepens awareness and connection. Observing quietly, breathing mindfully, and moving deliberately allows humans to mirror the gentle flow of the planet. Each breath, step, and glance resonates with the natural orchestration surrounding them, fostering calm, mindfulness, and a sense of belonging. Perhaps design intended humans to exist as both observers and participants, experiencing unity, inspiration, and rest through attunement with Earth's intricate patterns and enduring cycles. As the night reaches its deepest hours, the world seems to exhale softly, inviting rest, reflection, and gentle awareness. The subtle rustle of leaves, the quiet murmur of distant streams, and the soft sounds of nocturnal life merge into a soothing, continuous rhythm that stretches across forests, plains, mountains, and oceans. Every detail, from the tiniest blade of grass to the farthest glimmer of starlight, contributes to the harmonious fabric of life. Perhaps, if Earth was designed, this intricate interplay is a reminder that everything, no matter how small or hit, a place, a role, and a meaning within the broader orchestration of existence. Rivers, flowing with patient persistence, continue their journey across landscapes, reflecting the soft glow of the moon. Water moves around pebbles, beneath overhanging branches, and over sunken roots, nourishing life along its path. Aquatic creatures glide with effortless precision, while banks support plants that stabilize the soil and provide shelter. The river teaches that even the gentlest, most consistent movement shapes the world over time, quietly creating harmony, sustaining life, and maintaining balance. Perhaps this enduring rhythm is part of a deliberate design, illustrating the beauty of steady, persistent influence. Forests stand as living cathedrals, their ancient trees reaching skyward, forming canopies that filter light and provide shelter. Moss carpets the ground, fallen leaves decompose into nutrient-rich soil, and fungi work silently to recycle energy. Birds, insects, and mammals navigate these spaces, each fulfilling a role that sustains the forest's delicate balance. Perhaps forests were designed to embody resilience, cooperation, and interconnection, demonstrating that life thrives best when every element works in harmony with the others. Mountains rise as silent sentinels, their peaks often brushed with snow or shrouded in mist. Wind, water, and ice have sculpted cliffs, valleys, and slopes over millennia. Birds soar along thermals, small mammals move quietly through rocky terrain, and rivers descend from high altitudes, connecting mountains to valleys below. Mountains teach endurance, stability, and quiet strength. Perhaps their presence is purposeful, providing guidance, protection, and inspiration for all life that interacts with or observes them. Oceans stretch infinitely, pulsing with timeless energy. Currents carry nutrients, warmth, and life across vast distances, connecting ecosystems and sustaining countless species. Coral reefs expand with intricate geometry, offering refuge and nourishment. Waves kiss the shore with gentle regularity, redistributing minerals and shaping habitats. Tides, orchestrated by the moon, create patterns of rhythm and balance. Perhaps the oceans were designed to demonstrate that true harmony arises when all elements work in synchronized movement, reminding us that patience and continuity shape enduring life. Deserts, seemingly empty, offer lessons in endurance and subtle beauty. Sand dunes shift and sculpt themselves slowly with the wind, while seeds lie dormant until rare rains awaken them. Life emerges quietly. Nocturnal creatures traverse the landscape with care, and plants bloom with brief but vibrant displays. Perhaps these extremes of nature reveal that resilience and hidden beauty persist even in the harshest conditions, demonstrating that life adapts, endures, and flourishes through patience and persistence. Above, the sky moves in silent grace. Clouds drift lazily, casting gentle shadows across mountains, forests, and plains. Birds navigate invisible air currents, tracing arcs with effortless precision. Sunlight and moonlight illuminate textures, colors, and contours, revealing the delicate details often overlooked. Perhaps the sky was designed to inspire mindfulness, calm, and reflection, providing a continuous, gentle reminder of rhythm, motion, and balance in the natural world. Nightlife adds its own subtle layers to this soothing symphony. Owls glide soundlessly, bats navigate with delicate echoes, and small mammals move cautiously under cover of darkness. Stars twinkle above, constant and reassuring, offering perspective and continuity. Night provides rest, recovery, and gentle learning, allowing life to pause and integrate experiences into the ongoing cycles of growth and renewal. Perhaps darkness itself was designed to give space for rest, reflection, and restoration. The elements air, water, earth, and light continue their interaction, sustaining equilibrium across ecosystems. Wind carries seeds and scents, rivers nourish and shape the land, mountains provide structure and guidance, sunlight energizes, and fire renews. Each element operates independently yet contributes to the harmonious balance of the whole. Observing this natural coordination fosters calm, mindfulness, and alignment with the rhythms of Earth. Humans, attuned to these patterns, can breathe in harmony with the wind, move thoughtfully through the land, and rest in step with the cycles of day and night. Seasonal rhythms progress quietly and predictably. Spring brings renewal, summer fosters growth, Autumn invites reflection and harvest, and winter provides rest and restoration. Days and nights trace gentle arcs across the sky, shaping behavior, growth, and adaptation. Life responds naturally, aligning with these cycles and thriving through the balance and continuity they provide. Perhaps these rhythms reflect intentional design, offering reassurance, structure, and a dependable framework within which life can flourish peacefully. Human perception, when aligned with these natural rhythms, deepens connection, awareness, and tranquility. Observing quietly, breathing slowly, and moving deliberately allows humans to mirror the gentle flow of Earth. Each gesture, each breath, and each glance resonates with the surrounding natural world, fostering calm, mindfulness, and a profound sense of belonging. Perhaps Earth's design intended for humans to experience unity, inspiration, and restorative peace by attuning themselves to the enduring patterns and subtle orchestration of life. And so, as the night draws to a close, and the first hints of dawn appear on the horizon, Earth continues its quiet, measured rhythm. Rivers, forests, mountains, oceans, deserts, and skies move in harmonious motion. Life persists in patient cycles, and the planet's subtle orchestration offers comfort, stability, and inspiration. In this tranquil, interconnected world, every detail matters, every movement contributes, and every being participates in a delicate balance that endures across time. Perhaps, in the stillness of night and the awakening of day, one can sense the elegance of design, soft, steady, and infinitely intricate, encouraging reflection, rest, and the deep, enduring calm that comes from attuning to the natural rhythms of our extraordinary planet.